I ain't got nothing against gay people, but it's so sad that I can't find not one show damn near. Well, it's probably a couple, but I could barely find any shows for my kids to watch because it's gay shit all up in here. I don't want my son looking at a man on a TV screen and he has on makeup. I promise, like, it's not nothing against y'all, but I just don't like it. Even my daughters, I don't want them seeing that shit either. That's confusing. Kids should just be kids. Let them grow up and figure out what they want to do. Like, why put that shit in their face like that? I feel like that's just really weird. I don't know. That's just weird to me.
Yo, so we back in here for another edition of F-ya-Motha, and when this gets said by people of the right wing, they're deemed homophobic. So being a person of color, that people seem to think I get away with saying the same shit, I'm gonna say the same shit. And it's not that black people are homophobic. We're not. I had to check this person I worked with a while back. So, I don't know, why are black men so homophobic? We're not. We just don't agree with that lifestyle, by and large. Now, there are some gay black men, and everybody black knows a gay cousin, uncle, choir director, your auntie that always brings over her friend for holidays. Ain't never got no man, but she got a juicy butt. So we don't have a problem with gay people. We just don't agree with the lifestyle. And I think anybody should be able to not agree with certain lifestyles, right? Two men fudge packing each other ain't necessarily normal. I got gay friends. We've had this conversation. I'm like, yo, honestly speaking, can you sit there and say that you feel like what you do is entirely right, and the person pause for a second and they said, honestly speaking, on some real shit, I can't even sit here with a straight face and say that I think that it's entirely right, which is why I've never told people in my family. That's exactly what the person told me. So if you can't tell your mama or your dad that, you know what I'm saying, you in the bussy because you feel apprehension, then it's saying a lot. With that being said, and it's not just black women, black people, it's white people. It's just being pushed on us. When you watch TV of any sorts, when it's child themed shows, you don't want adult things like somebody's sexuality, whether male, straighter, gay, whatever. You don't want that. Your kids need to just be watching TV and being entertained and laughing and joking. There's a certain time where people, quote unquote, needs to be educated about sexuality. 1 through 13 is not it. Now maybe 14, 15, you can start explaining that type of shit to younger kids, right? But a 6-year-old don't need to be watching Barney talking about going hang out with his friend Trevor, and afterwards they gonna go on a date. What the fuck are you doing? A kid doesn't need to be watching Empire and Jussie Smollett is getting ramrodded in the shower. I was in Seattle with my sister and her kids, and we was gonna watch Empire, right? The first few episodes was copacetic. This particular episode, they opened up with Jussie Smollett getting jam rocked in the damn shower. Show hadn't even came on. Lucius Lyon hadn't said shit. Cookie wasn't on her bullshit. It was just the opening scene. My man got slammed against the wall, and some big black barracuda looking ass thing was jam rocking him. They didn't even leave me no time to explain that shit to my nieces and nephews, right? I don't want them seeing that shit. This is regular TV. This ain't cable. So we understand when people like her get on TikTok and voice this opinion. Not only that, Snoop Dogg got his black ass on some podcast talking about he didn't want to explain the Pixar Two Mommies, right? The movie with the Pixar movie with the two mommies, right? He didn't want to explain that shit to his grandbabies, to which he faced backlash and probably got threatened with sponsorships and shit throughout the world. now this nigga done copped a plea, and I did this on my news cycle that I do on Instagram, but I figure since I ran into this video, might as well do a full story. But it says Snoop Dogg features same-sex couples in children's series Doggyland. Now, somebody clearly muscled this nigga in Hollywood. You go get your ass up there, dude. We got a show for you called Doggyland. He lucky the show wasn't called Doggy Style with 2 men in it. But they got his ass by the balls. And when this whole gay movement kind of like blew up back in 2012, I had a friend saying, yo, why they trying to push for gay marriages and all this shit in the forefront? Me, it's not lost on me why they're doing it, right? With inclusion, you have to start including people. That means there are going to be gay people included in shows, regular life, occupations, different positions at jobs. And to the average person, it seems like they're pushing the shit. But it's the same thing as when they started featuring black people on television. Now, while gay people and black people are not the same, because you can conceal your sexuality, but you can't conceal your skin color. I had to explain to the friend, it's the same in the sense that there were probably some white people watching TV pre-civil rights that didn't see a lot of black people in entertainment. They weren't accustomed to that shit. So when they started seeing more black people, why is everything they have to just make a black character? There's always a black person in this, and this is my Bonanza's my favorite show. Why is there a black cowboy? I don't know if there was a black one or not. I'm just saying that probably was the rhetoric. So it's the same thing going on now. People are like, why they always gotta have like a gay sex scene or 2 couples? And because that's reflective of daily life, at least here in America. So they're gonna start slowly filtering that theme or those characters in media. I think though what the girl is actually expressing is that it's overwhelming and it's too much. And even back in the 60s and 70s, I could just go out here on a hunch, they wasn't shoving a gazillion niggas on TV. I'm just gonna go out on a hunch. You might have got Sammy Davis Jr., Red Fox, Richard Pryor, a few other niggas, but they wasn't just cramming their hell. Even Eddie Murphy was the only nigga in 1983 on SNL. Damn, I never can. Richard Morris, I don't know, the black dude is like with the googly eyes. He like 80 years old. He was on Martin as the Martin's boss. I'll probably put it down here in the captions. Yeah, like it wasn't a slew full of like niggas on television. Even the dude that played on Sesame Street did a pimp movie. Like, what are we talking about here? Like, now it just seems like I took Netflix off my phone and laptop and deactivated my account because every other show was like some gay theme. I got nothing against gay people, but I don't want, they got to chill with all that shit. I don't want to see that in every single solitary movie or every single solitary series. The TV shows, like 75% of the TV shows, it's a gay character or it's a slew full of them, or gay relationships. They crowbar gay themes and shit they ain't got nothing to do with it. Same thing with Hulu and Peacock. So yeah, it gets tedious because it's like, even with the Empire, I liked that show when it first came out, but why the fuck Jussie Smollett banging a dude in his sauna or shower? What the fuck that got to do with him being a recording artist? It gets tedious to watch TV, which is why I don't own one anymore, and I don't watch television. I actually do film, so if you'd like to see some of my shit, websites down here in the description box. In any event, if y'all like this episode, you know what to do, and I'm out.